to launch. The latest iteration in the rap beef is something that the Meme Ranch is hopping onto right at this hour. We are about to dive into what just dropped. Here is The Heart Part 6 by Kendrick Lamar. No, it's by Drake. We have Drake here on The Heart Part 6. If you can believe it, this PDF file downloader is here. And we're about to jump right into it because we're seeing a bunch of you getting on the stream right now. And thanks for joining here on the Meme Ranch. We haven't done one of these reacts yet, but we're hopping right in. We're going to unpack everything that we've seen over the last 48 hours here with this literal, like, astronomical beef that we're witnessing right before our eyes. Let's watch The Heart Part 6, and tuning in right now.
Surprise winner is definitely sputtering. I got your fucking lines tapped. I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat. So
all right, is he gonna address?
Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not fall down. The ones that you getting your stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration. You waited for.
Is he gonna address the crime?
Desperation. We plotted for a weekend and we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use,
they are
jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on a speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga. I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug?
He's calling it all out. It's all cap.
All of the allegations. Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? You haven't seen
chat. What is going on right now?
Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pictures.
Actually, pretty decent. I don't know how quick you get this.
Angle was the shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. Instead of being on some disdirect shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and I was like, mother,
chat, come on. What?
Wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Oh, fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. That's why these pedophile raps and shit you so obsessed with is so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't wanna dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting. I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why that's the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just.
I mean, that's what I thought. That's what I thought too. I was like, why hasn't he been arrested yet?
His rap is like directly addressing what was like alluded to in the other song, right? I mean, he's not actually trying to rap in like symbology. He's saying it.
I mean, I wouldn't say Kendrick alluded to it. We'll get to it in a second.
Yeah, he didn't. Like A minor, that's an illusion.
It was on the note.
That's crap.
Like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Browns. I never look twice at no teenager. I'm a fucking hit maker, dog, not a peacemaker. Yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in each chamber. Your ass in extreme danger. Stop buying views and buy comments. You may as well keep the paper.
It's like he got the pin out and started going right after that song drop.
Or they're sending each other lyrics right in advance. What the hell is going on?
Almost, right? That's a conspiracy, maybe.
The lyrics are already up on Genius.
Yeah, this, yo, this is a conspiracy, dude.
Nigga, I see you when I see you like Fantasia. Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit your back, it's a lot safer. I promise. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this shit was some good exercise. Like, it's Good to get out, get the pen working. You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor, but
That was pretty
you
good.
definitely got this shit burnt the fuck out though. Like, you got 10 more records to drop. The one before the last one, we finessed you into telling a story that doesn't even exist. And then you go and drop the West Coast one and try and cover that up. I would like that one. That would be some shit.
He sounds like a little like Ye here.
Tripling down on some whole other bullshit, but you know, at least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy I can motivate.
Sounds like he's trying to put a close
bring you back to the game, like.
Yeah, but it reminds me of Ye.
But just let me know when we get into the facts. Everything in my shit is facts.
Facts.
I want you to return the favor, like.
It's all facts from my shit. Bro.
Wait, how long do you think it'll take Kendrick to respond to that?
Like 3 seconds.
Just an acapella rap, no music.
That's insane. Let's
You know,
break that down.
Really bad if he just took that beat and then Kendrick responded using the beat that he just came up with for this song.
All right, let's break that down just a little bit, okay? I mean, is this what we're? Yeah, he did say Millie. Wait.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, he did. He did address Millie Bobby Brown directly. I don't know if this is the exact lyrics. I think these people are clout chasing right now.
No, what I heard though was him directly responding with lyrics, not alluding to things.
Right, he was being very direct in it, but then that. I mean, it's just like he's gotten to the point where he has to address the allegations up front, and that was another thing too. Is that, you know, immediately after Kendrick alleged that Drake had a daughter, a second child, then it got, you know, completely like in the headlines that like a source close to Drake is denying this, you know. So it's like he denied that he had a son too, but you know, that's what I was talking to you about earlier when we were having a phone discussion about this. Is that why would Kendrick go to the mic with all these things if it was all just cap? And if it is, then Kendrick has obviously lost the war. Like there's no
I mean, you could do it just for rap reasons.
For sure, but I mean, it's like it's right there. I mean, it's like the most. It's like the Bill Gates will make you eat the bugs, you know, narrative of hip hop. I mean, I think that we're getting to the point now where it's like Kendrick is addressing something that's long been an elephant in the room, and now he's going, you know, right there, like on the nose about it. I wouldn't say it's even that, you know, beating around the bush anymore. I mean, he is legitimately calling him a PDF file. You know what I mean? So, what do you like? What do you make of that? You know, where are we at now? I mean, Drake just basically went to the board, addressing all of these specific allegations, very much on the nose, and directly saying that you're just completely capping the whole way through, Kendrick. That's what I just heard.
So, what if he's not?
Well, then Drake's saying, then why am I not arrested? You know, like why haven't I been arrested yet? You know, that's basically he's calling out.
It's going to be the next response. That's the next beef.
Yeah, like why aren't the police at your house right now, Drake? Because I just showed the that like fake map of like all of your predator alerts that are like popping off in the neighborhood, you know, off of that image.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not as easy to write a rap song as people think. And this is great inspo. This is great material. It's great ammo to like pen to paper, just like Drake said. And, you know, come up with something fresh, something edgy. I mean, could it be just all that?
I mean, I think that it's
the question is, does Kendrick really believe that song he wrote? Because that's what people think he does. Do you think he really thinks that? Or do you think it's just the next level, the evolution of rap beef?
Yeah, it could legitimately just be a soap opera, like lore, like made up, and like behind the scenes they're both cackling because they're both just making stuff up about each other. And like Kendrick, you know, is willing to let himself look like a social justice warrior. Drake's willing to let himself look like a predator, even though they both know that they're not, and they're kind of just like on the, you know, like behind the scenes, like laughing at everyone reacting to everything that they're doing. You know, that's the very at the core of it all, just the bad faith, you know, viewpoint in all of this, which I respect that point of view. I'm not sure if I totally buy it, because I mean, I think that there's like a lot of bridges being burned, but if at the end of the day, if all these people wind up working together again, you know, Metro Boomin's back with OVO or whatever, a year from now, then it was all obviously just for show, and that's all we can really expect of it at this point, you know. But it has up until this point felt like Kendrick really just like doesn't like Drake as a person, and you know, that would be great acting. I would commend that.
What do you think of the style of the song he responded with? I mean, it kind of actually made Kendrick's argument about the type of music Drake does stronger.
Should we roll it back? Let's roll it back just one more time
again, because there was a lot there. But I mean, just the beat, it does sound very Elevator-esque.
It is very subdued. I would say that the Not Like Us track just before this with Kendrick, it was a lot more like I want to, like, you know, bounce to it. Like this one, like I just kind of want to listen to what Drake is saying and hear his rebuttal,
which works for the rebuttal.
And then he literally just starts speaking at the end, because he's just like, oh, fuck this rap shit, I'm just gonna talk to you, you know. So let's.
I like it for what it is. I do like it for like a rebuttal, like addressing every issue brought up.
Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not fall down. The ones that you getting your stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general, seasoned in preparation. My jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation. We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on a speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in that excavation? And why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations? Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale? You haven't seen the kids in 6 months, the distance is wild. Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child. Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. Instead of being on some disdirect shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit. My mom came over today and I was like, mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Oh, fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection.
He's turning it back on him now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why these pedophile raps and shit you so obsessed.
Like you're writing these songs because you're messed up.
Like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't wanna dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting. I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why that's the angle that you really mess with.
So he's triggered by other music.
I'm too respected.
Interesting. Yeah, he's saying.
I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested.
I mean, he's basically saying to me, like, you have the same kind of trauma that Milo Yiannopoulos, whenever he said that, like, it was okay what happened to him as a kid, like, because he got put through it, you know, like, now you're out there, like, seeing stuff that isn't there, like, you're, like, literally seeing ghosts, Kendrick, of, like, your own misfortune and stuff like that, which is, you know, that's a powerful way to approach it. I think that in some ways, though, like is Kendrick really that pressed about his past? Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem like, you know, it's that much of a projection, more so than Kendrick owned up to a lot of the faults that have come to be in his life in his last album 2 years ago. And I feel like the fact that he's already put all that out there, like, I don't know, like it's not like he can't resurrect it again, but it's like, what point is he trying to make? Because Kendrick has often like told people, what he's been through, and it's not necessarily like a secret, and he's not trying to. I wouldn't say he's trying to bottle it up because he's already put it out there. But I don't know, maybe other people have different takes. Let's see
That's not the lesson.
what the comments have to say.
Message. Deep cuts that never healed and now they got infected. Like if Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant. Talk about breeding resentment. Not sure how to ease the sentiment. The shit's too intimate. I'm praying you recover from both incidents. But you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence. Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list. Easy does it.
He's really tripling down.
Niggas gotta be sharp and tell
The producer list, bro.
You thought you left
Gotta be sharp.
I'll slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross hair like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never look twice at no teenager. I'm a fucking hit maker, dog, not a peacemaker. Yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in each chamber. Your ass
He's so like.
Stop buying views and
I will say this, like he really.
well, keep the paper.
It's like he's really just like saying like, I don't do that shit, man. Like I don't do that. Like it's kind of like you could have come up with a creative way to kind of like get to it, but the fact that he's just like needs to make the denial out in the open is just like.
Well, also he's responding quickly.
He's responding very quickly, yeah.
In theory, unless they plan this out. So he's not going to have time to like make this into something very artsy, like I think that really good art is about truth, and I think that's what he's trying to do. I mean, do you think he's being truthful with his response?
That remains to be seen to me. I don't know, because I mean he lied about his other kid too, so he has a record of not necessarily being forthright, and that's what something like even if I was sitting here with you saying like, oh yeah, like I think he seems like he's speaking from his truth box,
What part of this do you think is not accurate?
I have no reason to deny, I have no reason to doubt any of it until I have seen, proof one way or the other, because Kendrick's word is just as good as Drake's word in my book.
Really? Do you think you think that's what everyone believes out there?
I think that there's a lot of people who aren't surprised by some of the things that Kendrick has put out there and saying, because it's like, oh, I could maybe see Drake being a little bit scummy in that way, but at the same time, like I don't know, like Drake. It's like either you deny his potential of just like being able to do whatever he wants, or you're saying that he does whatever he wants and you're jealous of it,
Well, who's the bigger artist?
Drake, I would say.
Drake. So is Kendrick jealous of Drake?
That's what this is inherently kind of boiling down to, is like, are people able to even see this fairly? Because Kendrick is always going to be like, by the numbers, more of an underdog. I think that that's part of the problem here, is that Drake is just actually bigger. So in a sense, it's like Russia versus Ukraine. Russia's not going 100% on Ukraine. If they did, then this war would just be over.
But the stakes in this don't really matter. It matters maybe to the two artists, but to the audiences, no. I mean, it's not like Kendrick probably needs more money or more clout. He's got enough. So what's the angle in doing this? Honestly, I think anytime you're an artist, like these rappers, they need inspo, they need ammunition for their music, for their lyrics. And so like wherever they can grab that ammo to like shoot out the songs, they're going to do that. And maybe there's like a lot of half truths even in Kendrick's head about the stuff he knows about or has heard about Drake. But he's like, fuck, man, this is some good music. I've got to write this. I've got to put it out. I've got to rap this. And Drake's just going to have to figure out that this is a song. And he's going to have to respond with his song. So we can have this beef. And to me, that's like really great artistic or rap beefs are all about, maybe this all being kind of like a half truth, but it's in song form. Or soap opera. It's like modern opera.
So if we can get back to what we were going to originally stream tonight, I wanted to kind of just do go back and at least listen to the most recent beef from Kendrick or drop from Kendrick, not like us. Maybe we don't have to listen to the whole thing now because I think most people have heard it, but we can at least kind of thumb through it and
let's pick some of the good stuff. After hearing this,
yeah.
What's relevant?
Extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs and party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a weird case. Why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck him up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
So that whole thing, I mean, if we can sum it all up, I mean, that's what we heard a large part of the response from Drake just now, right? Like responding to basically those bars from Kendrick. So, that's what really jarred everyone. It wasn't necessarily the cultural conqueror kind of angle that we heard, toward the end of this track, the colonizer kind of like viewpoint. And then in some context, like I felt like that was a weaker part of this rap for a lot of reasons. That the idea that Drake is just a colonizer, because I felt like that was a little bit subjective. Like he absolutely is using other artists' voices and their styles to make himself look more relevant and more renowned, so to speak. But at the same time, just because he's using those people, it's not like they're not getting paid. It's like they're
point about rap beef is like none of these guys invented any of the tools they're using. I mean, I'm sorry, they just didn't. They're just reusing ideas that have come before. So they're both in that realm. They're both colonizers in that respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, if you want to really point to something interesting, neither one of these songs, the production value of them is very good. Just listen to the song. Play Kendrick's song again. It's not that great.
Of course, yeah, because you can't really focus too much on the beat, I feel like.
No, it's just the whole production. I mean, I think they did very minimal piece of song.
They not like us. 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 You think the bay gonna let you disrespect?
Who's the they? Who's the they?
I would say the they is probably like trying to like lump in like the true OVO diehards types, and stuff like that. Like the people like
why are they not like Kendrick's crowd?
I don't know. I feel like there's probably some like racial or a cultural like kind of like motivation thing, but I don't want to speculate too much.
So Kendrick's got more black fans, and then Drake is more for like the white suburban women or something, or like what is?
Maybe that's the game that's being played here. I mean, I feel like the same kind of argument could be made against Kendrick though, because it's like he's like the more conscious rapper, so it's like there might be more, white people who are like, oh, like I gotta get some of that conscious in my veins, like that conscious flow, and something that's meaningful, whereas Drake is like maybe actually entertaining people in the culture, like at the clubs and stuff like that. Like Kendrick is like on some white dudes, Apple earbuds, like on the subway or something like that.
They got the reversed, right? It's actually Kendrick's in the clubs, and then Drake is more on the white guy's earbuds.
Right. No, but I guess I'm trying to make a devil's advocate point of view is that like Kendrick has just as much potential as being like, more of like the milk toast preference by some demographics.
Kendrick?
I'm not saying that that's true or the case, but like Kendrick has been like applauded by like the white liberal elites and stuff like that, of like Pitchfork and stuff like that. Not to say that they're wrong. I, for one, am a bigger Kendrick fan than I am a Drake fan. So maybe I'm going a little bit out on a limb to be charitable to a Drake argument.
What do you like? What do you like about Kendrick's music? or lyrics or whatever it is.
What
I'm
I like,
wrong,
what I
just-
like about it is that it's like music that you can sit down and like really think deeply about on the lyrics side, um, and enjoy in the comfort of just like you and yourself and your like headphones, kind of just like really like meditating on like what he's saying.
It's basically a little bit more like challenging mentally. It's a little bit like
Yeah, and
a little more conceptual.
I feel like Drake is like getting me ready for like a night on the town, like to like go get laid or something like that. You know, like
That kind of music can be very conceptual too. It can be deceptively conceptual, actually.
yeah,
Things
but like Drake's got me thinking about like what my bank account looks like compared to some other dude that's like sitting across the bar from me,
right.
versus like Kendrick's got me thinking about like social dynamics and like history and culture and stuff like that. You know.
But don't you? Well, I'll just simplify that perspective. Maybe Kendrick's just mad and has a chip on his shoulder, and Drake's fine with everything. He's Canadian.
Yeah, like he's like the businessman, you know, and he's like steps removed from like the whole paradigm of like, you know, Drake will never be a Compton kid, you know, he'll never have that experience.
Some
And
artists
so,
just have a chip on their shoulder. Maybe Kendrick's like that.
yeah, I mean, some people have really been emphasizing the point, as I did earlier, that Kendrick really sounds like he really dislikes Drake. Just like if you had if the person who loses the beef is graded on how mad the person in the fight is, then I think Kendrick lost, because I think that he, you know what I mean? It's like when you're in an argument, usually the person who gets like really mad and starts like screaming about it and resorts to like really like name calling and stuff like that, that person seems like the person who's not winning, actually.
You know what you just made me think? It's very like telling on an artistic level where the rap game is right now, because Ye has found a way to come out. If you look at these two and what they're doing with their rap, look at Ye. And I know people like, this guy is a fool, but he actually comes off as the bigger artist out of all these people. Because look at Vultures. Compare the production and just the conceptualization of the music, of rap itself, of the merch, of the marketing, of whatever. I mean, whether you think Ye planned all this or just kind of was by virtue of his approach. He's
all I have to say to that is this.
And I'm still the king.
what the hell?
Still
Still the king.
headlines was my kryptonite.
I mean, that hook right there is so much better than anything I heard from those other songs. You know, hands down, hands up, whatever you want to say, hands up. That's
Yeah,
hot.
I mean,
That's hot.
yeah, it's like, and the fact that Vultures 2's timing could be centered around how this beef escalates. Like, imagine, you know, one of those like cartoon slap fights where it's like, you know, you got like Kendrick over here on one side and like Drake over here on the other side, and then like all of a sudden like Ye shows up and he just drops in like Vultures 2, like just hits the floor, like,
And everybody's like, "You're mad about what over there? Shut up! We're trying to hear this song. We're trying to see this like Jason mask on this rapper."
right. There's a talking dog at the Shell Shack and it's singing.
Do you have a crazy architect nude girlfriend that walks around with stuffed animals? Shut up! You're distracting me. I mean, for all Ye's faults, he's clearly the more like motivated rapper out of these three.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that I had to bring him into the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like the only place we can really go now is I want to look real quick at this Professor Sky video before we kind of hop off here, because we got this initial reaction to the Heart Part 6, which, if you've been listening thus far throughout the podcast, thanks so much for tuning into us for your analysis on this show. Let us know what your thoughts are on the Heart Part 6. But this Professor Sky, I've always enjoyed listening to his videos. I don't think we agree a lot politically, but I
You don't
think
help, dude.
yeah, you can just tell, but like that doesn't matter necessarily when we're talking about art because we can have more agreements on those types of things than our politics. And I find myself agreeing a lot whenever I listen to this guy talk about art. So just like an old, not old, middle age something guy, and he has good points. So let's
Napoleonic
Wait,
Wars
what
and the
point are you
rise
gonna
of
bring up
Napoleon,
this?
and you're reading all about it, and you're reading all about it, and then towards the end of the semester, he knows you're working hard, so he brings in the Joaquin Phoenix movie.
So what he's talking about is he's talking about like Kendrick Lamar is like comparing him to like a teacher, like the type of teacher that he is versus the type that Drake is, and like I feel like I can kind of backtrack a little bit here to get to the.
What's he going to add to what we just said? Because I think neither one of these people, Drake nor Kendrick did that much with the like all their talent. Okay, all their talent, they've got all their connections. What did they really do to put these songs out that can blow you? That blew me away. Nothing really.
Mm-mm.
So I'm kind of like now after like listening to both of them back to back, and then you dropped in that yay. I'm so not impressed. I so don't care all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably the only one.
Well, I think that Drake's the Heart Part 6 really put up a brick wall on a lot of this discussion. Like, why are we even here right now? Like, why are we doing this? And I think that Drake's biggest armor is that he can really just kind of say that Kendrick's been reading too many tabloids. I think that's kind of
TikTok, tabloids.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate their lyrics. I do appreciate their rap, the writing, what they wrote down. I do appreciate that. But as far as like connecting those words to music, I mean, that's what rap, even if it's like really great rap back in the day, it was as simple as just rapping over somebody else's music, but doing it really good, like just making that song something new. And something you just like, whoa, blew you away. These songs aren't doing it for me. They're interesting because it's like one guy going after another on a very surfacey level, kind of like throwing accusations,
Mm-hmm.
going taboo. Like that's interesting. Maybe the taboo part. I don't know. What does the professor say though? Does he dive into any of that?
Well, I think that he gets down to like the fact that like it's such a jovial kind of like dancey track from Kendrick, but it's about like one of the worst crimes known to man, like that he's like talking about, like people.
Good music, often like really dark things sung very nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'll see if I can try to get to that part.
Truth is, dear Sandra, we know it's all that, but now it's kind of like funny. It's a super hyper compressed version of comedy equals tragedy plus time. In the internet age, time has a new meaning. Time moves faster than it used to move, okay? Comedy equals tragedy plus time. That's been said for years and years and years. You don't believe it? How many Titanic jokes have you heard? That was a travesty. How many times have you heard people laugh about King Henry VIII and all of the women that he murdered? All of those women who he murdered in cold blood. I'm Henry VIII, I am. We just laugh about it, okay? Okay? This is what happens. And at this point, Kendrick made a song that pleases us and makes us dance. A minor, while we're talking about the most serious crime. I am holding my baby, and truly, if you are a father of a child, the thing you fear the most, on equal par with murder, is sexual abuse. Okay? It's a very, very, very serious topic. It's the thing you fear the most, and I'm holding my baby, and I'm laughing at the topic. Justin Hunt also alludes to that when he talks about the idea that there's going to be clubs filled with ladies dancing to Certified Lover Boy, Certified PEDIAP. You know what I'm saying? The files of the pedia kind. You know what I'm saying? Like
I prefer PDF files.
That's amazing. And how does Kendrick do it? It's because It's because he's a super genius. Now, I called Drake a genius in the last video. A lot of people
These
don't
guys,
like it.
dude,
Sorry.
I can't stand
You're
this.
just gonna have to deal with it.
Drake's
Drake's a
earlier.
genius. He is.
Genius.
He may not be a genius of the same caliber as other great rap geniuses, but he's absolutely a genius. Okay?
What do you disagree about that?
Oh,
Genius? Really? That's a very strong descriptive.
I mean,
not a genius. Neither one of them are genius. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, because we usually reserve that term for people like actual.
They
like
might be wizards.
Right, yeah.
They're wizards. They can bring some stuff together. They can like seemingly do magic, but that's not genius.
Well,
Genius
okay.
is an
What
intuitive
about
leap.
what about Kendrick's 616?
Exactly.
And
What about it?
well, I mean that was, you know, those numerals are important for a lot of different factors, like that involve Drake. For one, like I would say,
You're
like,
talking about
isn't that
lyrics, though.
what?
You're talking about lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, like genius lyricists. You know, I think that's, you know, like we
That's not what he said.
yeah, he's being hyperbolic. You know, I would say, you know, he's trying to just get to the point that it's like, you know,
I would still say it's not genius lyrics. I mean, I'm not trying to poke holes in what you're saying, Kaylin. I'm just saying my opinion is I reserve genius for genius. You know, we're hyped up on this idea right now because it's taboo. We're talking about taboo things, like you said, right before this argument, right before this was it's very taboo, you know, but that doesn't get me so excited that I start throwing around the word genius. Never have that. No. I mean, as crazy and chaotic as somebody like when I think of genius, I think of people who are severely misunderstood within their art form. Not because of their activities outside of their art form. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just kind of going off on that. Sorry.
That's good. I kind of want to keep hearing what he's saying.
Yeah, play it.
oh my God. This is the thing. Kendrick does what he does and can do what Drake does for fun. Drake does what he does, but he can't do what Kendrick can do. Kendrick knows, how do I make this stick? How do I make people dance? Certified, da-da-da, whap, 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 whap. Like that, just going the whap, 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 getting us to dance, getting us to when we hear that when we're in the club. I'm not in the club. I listened to the song like 4 times this morning because every time I played it, my baby, she does this. She does the sign language for more. She's like, mo, 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 because she just wants to hear the song because she's 16 months old, but she knows the song is a bop, as you kids would say. And part of it's because every time it says certified, ba-ba-da, whap, 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 whap. The charisma, the mastery of what he is doing is just total, because he was able to just say, okay, you want a club thing? Here's a club thing. Here it goes. Here it goes. You want something catchy? You think I can't do it? You think I can't sell out on a dime? Should I choose to? And there's, anyways, you know, and like he says, whop, 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 whop. And what's the line that follows whop, 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 whop? The final time, I'ma do my stuff. Mr. Mosaic Rhymer, Mr. Vocabulary, Mr. Morale, Mr. all these great things, Mr. Pulitzer Prize winning master of poetry and highlighted rhymes. I'ma do my stuff. He's dumbing it down to make sure that the message gets through to everybody. Damn made sure that the message got through to everybody, because not everyone was going to listen to Wesley's tune or whatever, right? Wesley's tune. Not everyone was going to listen to that. But everyone's going to listen to Be Humble. Not everyone's going to listen to Meet the Grams. But I'm going to do my stuff. So let's go through the verses fairly quickly. Starts off with a quote from Billy Joel Embiid, I See Dead People, from the movie Sixth Sense. And he starts off with like talking about like people going to Compton like they're tourists, which is an interesting idea because it's sort of commenting on the way that Drake tends to move around in spaces like Houston, Atlanta, Compton, and isn't really in his home, and he's just sort of treating it like he's a tourist, pointing at things. And then he makes reference to John Stockton, the thing about passing a body. I think that's on purpose because Stockton is also in California. It's another place in California. I don't know. But that sets it up. The second verse, and this is his genius. Like, I could do a whole video just about the genius of the way he's setting everything up in this song. He calls himself the certified boogeyman so that you get it set. It's stuck in your head. Certified boogeyman. Certified boogeyman. So we got certified, 1, 2, 3. 3 syllables, okay? So we had the setup. Boogeyman replaces lover boy. So he's the boogeyman, Drake's the lover boy. He's playing around with these syllables, with these sounds. He's setting it up. Look out for your little sister. He's just going after. Where before, he was being kind of oblique. He was being kind of like implying. Here, he just simplifies the case so strong. He talks about all people who surround him, about how they also are abusers. And then he ends it with the thing of certified ba 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 wop 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 wop. A minor, I think that's intentionally satirizing, like Dave Free. He's imitating the exact same place in the song where Drake also did a little sing-song imitation mockery. And then we get to the chorus, they not like us, they not like us. A really important idea where he's establishing that there are 2 camps, and there is the us, who I assume does not include me, okay? But includes Black American hip-hop culture, okay? I believe that's the us. And then the they being OVO camp.
I think you got
they
that.
They are not like us. I believe that is the they and the us in this song, okay?
Well, that's I agree with him on that. So what do you think is?
I mean, maybe that's Kendrick's take, but I don't think that's true.
Of course, I mean, but we're talking about who's writing the lyrics. So it's like, I guess it's like you could argue that this whole thing is framed wrong, but like we're getting down to like what he meant, not necessarily like what we think that they versus them should be.
Well, in all art, you have that though.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what the artist said at some point, because the art has a life of its own.
Yeah, and what did you think about his explanation there? I feel like he kind of elaborated on like the genius part of it. So he's saying it's like it is like the wordplay; it's in the syllables.
I don't agree.
Loverboy.
I don't agree with the professor on what he thinks. Like what noises make genius? I just don't hear it. I mean, honestly, I was going to pull up this song actually.
What about 69 God?
I mean, you tell me.
I'm a 6 God, 69 God. I think what he gets into later, which I think is decently kind of like theorized, is that he wants people to take Drake's 6 God and think in their head 69 God, as a kind of like a joke. So anytime he says like 6 God, but then at that point, it's like, what kind of joke? What joke is that even making? Like, you're just saying that Drake likes to 69. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, let me address what I think is going on here. He's saying genius. You're kind of like, well, we're talking about his lyric. We're talking about Kendrick's lyrics. So we have to look at what Kendrick meant. Do you think Kendrick thought when he's writing this, fuck, I'm a genius? Damn, I'm a genius. Do you think that went through his head at all?
Well, let's hope not, because he wrote "Stay Humble." But I seriously doubt it. Even if he is, and I'm saying he's probably not. Even if he is, he's probably not sitting there going, "Damn, I'm a genius." He might be like, "Man, this is a good song," and I'm roasting Drake right now, and he's gonna have a hard time surviving this. But he's not sitting there thinking I'm a genius. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you, because it's like, Kendrick could probably listen to this professor guy, and he's like, I'm not trying to be Einstein out here, I'm just trying to get back at this dude, who came swinging at me,
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, I think that Kendrick would probably, be like, get off my dick, like kind of a little bit to this guy.
I'll entertain the fact that somebody can be a genius in their art form if they're bringing something new, and they do it in a way that kind of it's like their thing. Like when you hear it, see it, feel it, that's that person. That's from them. That's an innovation. That's like their vibe. I don't get that with either one of these songs so far, so I'm not going to say genius. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere that reaches to the level of like real genius out of like before the end of this
movie.
if this wasn't the end of it already with the Heart Part 6. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know like what else more we can say here other than that was an interesting one.
I want to hear what comes next. I want to hear another reaction. I want to hear some other artists get in on this.
Yeah, I mean Metro Boomin, like what was his BBL thing?
Do you have it?
Yeah, I can see if I can pull it up.
Okay.
I guess we'll just do this one. This has been my favorite. All right. Yeah. I mean, I think that's. Is that just saying Drake has a BBL?
I'm not sure what that's saying. I
think
the way they sing it, I don't want to think about what they're saying because it gets in you. You know, you're just like you just want to go with whatever you're hearing.
Yeah, I know. Well, so there's a Daily Mail article from April 16th that says, "Did Drake get a nose job and a BBL?" It's kind of funny, actually.
What? Daily Mail?
Yeah, Daily Mail wrote this.
What was their conclusion?
Plastic surgeons said no evidence Drake received surgery on his body, but subtle changes to his nose over the years, though, couldn't rule out lighting.
Does he look like Michael Jackson now?
In a series of online posts antagonizing the Canadian rapper Rick Ross. Oh, this is because Rick Ross claimed that Drake had surgery to remove fat so he could accentuate his abs.
That would have been a great song by Rick Ross. I mean.
Well, and also it's like all the things that there's so many things that are like happening.
Lyrics on that song.
I mean, you saw like the Rick Ross plane crash, right?
No.
I think there was like a rumor that his plane crashed. Like, look at this, page 6.
Okay.
It's a crazy story. I don't even know if it actually happened, though. Oh my gosh, all these ads. Oh my goodness. Attack of the ads.
Jeez. Looks like the old MySpace.
Let's see if we can get this to load. I feel like they know that I'm streaming this. Oh my gosh.
Of the greatest lifestyle in the world.
That's gonna be a copyright.
Everything is gone here.
Thank everybody for all the prayers, but I'm gonna tell you, we on the jet and I'm seeing the fighter jet. I see his nose. It's like Tom Cruise from Top Gun. I seen his nose. I'm seeing him in the cockpit. And I'm like, damn. I see his cheeks and nose going back from the G-force. I'm like, damn. And then, hey man, it happened. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what happened, but it happened.
That's so stupid.
Me.
Yeah, I'm doubting this even happened. I mean, let's see what Twitter has to say about it. I saw some pictures of like a downed aircraft, but I mean, it could have just been any.
You know what this makes me think of? That the whole debate they were having on X Spaces today, with a fake news. Did you listen to that part of it?
Yeah. My gosh, look at that photoshopped ass picture.
That looks
This is
fake.
this is like what we have to go with, basically.
Wow.
And obviously, I mean, like where are the local media reports about this?
Local
This
media.
is what I hate about 2024. Like we can't gauge anything. I mean, it looks pretty. I mean, like I don't know where this came from.
They reused the field crash from 2001.
Right.
It's the same photograph.
That's a hilarious jet, though. If that's Rick Ross's jet,
it does look crashed. The wing fell off.
Yeah. So
I heard that'll make a plane crash.
Drake tapped Justin Trudeau to bring in the Canadian military.
Oh, is that the conspiracy?
Yeah, that's what's happening here, I guess. But that would be a declaration of war on America to attack a U.S. private citizen's jet.
Especially Rick Ross.
Don't mess with Rick Ross. But I don't know. I mean, all we can really do now is just wait. I mean, we've been going on for like 50 minutes about this, the Heart Part 6.
The people need to know what Meme Ranch thinks.
We've let them know, and I think again, longtime Kendrick fan, but I gotta wait and see, because I think that naturally, I mean, as someone who always questions, like, am I like gauging things on like the correct side? Obviously it's all subjective, but am I on the right side? I feel like I look at people and everyone's just saying like, oh, Kendrick killed Drake. Like, yeah. Like, it seems like it's like the popular side to take. And then now it's going to be the popular side to agree with Drake, because it's like, oh yeah, like we all got kind of carried away with that.
I told you this. I told you. I said the artist basically has such a cushion with culture and society but they make good music, and that's exactly what you just explained.
Yeah. So I think that we're going to see a lot of people, maybe, but after this one, people will realize that this could really go on ad infinitum. Ad infinitum. You can really keep this up forever, and it's mutually beneficial.
I want to hear some good rap about how shitty things are, or how good they could be, in general, for society, for America. That would get me excited.
Ask Nick Fuentes to write something about that. He was talking about earlier today in the X Spaces, his first one since coming back. He was like talking about like how everything in America is just crap compared to what it should be.
But Nick Fuentes is not going to crush his stream into the art realm. He's not going to. He doesn't know any of that.
No.
But that'd be hilarious if you could write a rap, get AI to do a Nick Fuentes rap.
I mean, the fact that Ben Shapiro beat him to that is pretty disgraceful. Like Ben Shapiro is a better rhymesmith than
was there any rap beef in that? I can't remember.
No, but it would have been funny though if he would have gone after him, like mocked him for like.
That would top both these artists if Shapiro came out and like addressed his controversy at Daily Wire, but then brushed it aside and talked about how crappy Lamar and Drake are. I mean, that would probably break the internet right there.
That would be. Look, Ben Shapiro would like I mean, he might already be like on like some Drake status in like the conservative Inc. world. So it would be comparable.
But how funny would that be? That would be fun. Just because that's what I'm talking about. That is like out of the blue. You know, actually when Lamar did, what was it Good Kid, Bad City, whatever it was?
Good Kid, Mad City, yeah.
Back in 2011, I can't remember. That hit. That album really hit. I just really remember. I bought that CD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
bish.
And I thought, this is really good art. This is really, really good. This is different. And
all my life I want money and power, respect my mind, die of lead shot. You know, like
that song to this.
Right.
They're not even close.
Yeah, that was back whenever like he was kind of on like some like Drake, like, you know, suck my dick kind of energy, you know?
Definitely. I think that's a lyric.
Like, I pray my dick as big as the Eiffel Tower so I can F the world for 72 hours. And then he got very like moralized, you know, like, and like his like morals started to like trickle in, and like, you know, it's like, oh, maybe this isn't that great. Maybe I should focus on things about like rapping about my trans uncle, you know?
Anyway, I'm just making the point. I really like that. And I actually bought it, and I don't listen to him anymore after that. And it's not because I'm like the early adopter guys, like, oh, I knew about him back when. No, it's not that at all. I just thought that was a really good album.
I purchased To Pimp a Butterfly on CD, and thank goodness it did not. I had one of these old GMC Envoys with like the 6-track CD players, and
where you like feed in like a cartridge.
Yeah, and I played it like hundreds of times, and one day that car had a problem where basically it started eating my CDs, and it wouldn't push them back out. But that wasn't one of the CDs that got eaten. I think I had taken it out by that point. So,
well, anyway, yeah, no. I think that's probably it for this. I do think I want to hear somebody else kind of chime in on this.
Yeah, we'll see how other people react to the Harp Part 6. That's an interesting timing for us to come on Meme Ranch as soon as it drops.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for checking it out. We love to see the viewers that came in for this show, and let us know what you want to react. Let us know what you want us to react to more in the future. And with that, till next time.